Let me tell you what, there's a need for speed because of what's happening in a few weeks at the Nashville Superspeedway. Let's bring in the man who is working nonstop 365 days a year, Erik Moses, the president of the Nashville Superspeedway. Sir, it's an honor to have you on the show. How are you?
I feel like you, man. I'm on the go so much that I'm happy to be able to sit down and have a chat with you.
What's it like? I mean, you guys last year went so well. I mean, of course, there are a few hiccups here and there, but that's fine. Last year went so well. You got to be over the moon excited about what's going to happen in 2 weeks, aren't you?
Yeah, we're super excited about it. Happy, obviously, to be able to bring back, Cup Series racing here to Middle Tennessee to make certain that our fans continue to see the best drivers in America. Last year was fantastic. It was an inaugural year, and everybody was excited to have racing back. And now we're trying to build on that and to ensure that people have every opportunity to see these great drivers and this new car.
Oh, yes. Let me ask you this. What did last year's statement mean to the racing world? Sold out, people so excited, great positive reviews. What did that tell the world about NASCAR and racing in Middle Tennessee?
Oh, that what they already knew, which is that we have such a rich history and appreciation for stock car racing here in Middle Tennessee, and that what everyone thought and what NASCAR and our broadcast partners and our teams and drivers and everyone else knew after holding Champions Week here in 2019, that it was correct, that this was a great market, probably the best market in the country right now for our sport and for so much else, as you know. I mean, Nashville has just been exploding as a destination, a place people want to visit, and we're just going to give them more and more things to do when they come here.
Last year, race hadn't been here in such a long time, but it's like you guys never missed a beat. I mean, and your staff and you and everything was just almost perfect, Erik. And that's a testimony to you and your staff, how well you guys put this on. Because again, there was no blueprint for this thing in the last 20 years or so.
Well, you're kind to say so. It was a result of an effort from a lot of people, including our partners at NASCAR, to help make certain that what we were going to ultimately present to our fans was something that they deserve. And as you alluded to in the beginning, there are a couple little bumps in the road and things that we intend to address this year to make the fan experience more smoother and more enjoyable. But all of us took quite a bit of pride in making certain that we were able to present this NASCAR weekend to fans here, as we say, our NASCAR fans here in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I love it. What's it been like, though, after you had the race last year and such positive and great reviews, and you go visit other tracks? What was it like? What was the kind of response you were getting from other tracks around the country after they saw what you put on here?
Lots of accolades and kudos from people. We got some questions. I had the opportunity to speak with our friends out at Worldwide Technologies Speedway out in St. Louis that just concluded its first Cup Series weekend yesterday, and shared with them some of the things that we went through, some of the things to keep in mind as a new track that's coming back, and so was more than happy to share with them and others what we went through, so as to help them. The great thing, Joe, about this sport is that we all recognize we're in it together. We all have to and are responsible for creating a tide that will raise all boats and continue to make this sport what it has been, but even more, and to make it bigger and to bring more people to it, because we have a fantastic sport and we want to expose as many people to it as possible.
Beautiful. The old saying, the hay is in the barn, meaning everything is good to go and get ready. Is the hay in the barn for this race, or are you guys going to be still busy up to the last second?
Oh no, we're still putting some bales in the barn. We most of the hay is in the barn, but we'll be working up until they drop the green flag, almost making certain that everything is as good as it can be for our fans, for our competitors, our partners, and everyone involved in this effort.
We have the website up right now. Just go to NashvilleSuperspeedway.com. It's Erik. It's great when you talk to people who discover, and what I love is the truck race. I love the truck race. I know it's the Rackley Roofing 200 on Friday night. That truck race, man, they go at each other. That thing is fantastic.
Yeah, the truck racing is always really spirited, and for us, because it's a night race under the lights at 7 p.m. on Friday the 24th, they're the first ones to get on the track, and as you said, they get after it. I mean, they race and they run hard to get and stay up front, and so I encourage people to come out and have that opportunity to enjoy those trucks getting after it Friday night.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Some understand that it's just a race on Sunday. It's a whole week of people getting together, having a good time. And of course, Friday, the truck race. And then Saturday, you have the Xfinity Series. And that in itself, Eric, I mean, that's a fantastic race too.
Yeah, it is. And to your point, I mean, we have fans start rolling in on Wednesday that are going to be camping with us and stay until Monday. I mean, they essentially turn our place into their home for 4 or 5 days. And that's just that's something so unique and special about NASCAR and about our sport. The Xfinity race is great. It's a great opportunity to see some of the up and coming drivers who are trying to make their way to the Cup Series level. And sometimes, as we saw last year when Kyle Busch won the Tennessee Lottery 250, sometimes we'll see some of the Cup drivers come back down and challenge the young guns to a race in that Xfinity level.
Oh, absolutely. That's what makes it so much fun. All right. Of course, the big race on Sunday, it was sold out last year. And, people you talked to just went and hadn't seen NASCAR back in Middle Tennessee in so long. And I tell you, I mean, the stories, Eric, were just nonstop on how much fun. And what I loved about it was there were a lot of father and sons at that race on Sunday. And I know last year, I think it might have been on Father's Day, if I remember correctly, but it's still so good to see so much family at these races.
Yeah, last year we were Father's Day, and I heard some really heartwarming stories from fans about the experiences they were either having with their dads there, or grandfathers, or uncles, or what have you, and some really touching stories about some of our fans growing up and going to the racetrack or watching our races on television with their fathers and grandfathers, and so that's always really special. This year we're a week later, and so we won't have that conflict in case you don't want to be at the track with Dad on Father's Day. This year we're a week later, but the fans in this sport, and I've said this many times, and Joe, I think we've talked about this before. I've been involved in a lot of sports professionally and on the collegiate and high school level. There's something different about NASCAR fans. There's something different about the way they relate to each other. There is this family feel, as someone once said to me, yeah, it's a way of life. And I think that's right. And you feel it when you're in the grandstands, when people are offering you food and drink and explaining to you how the stages work and why the Toyotas move this way together versus the Fords that way, and why this driver is their favorite. That's not common in every single sport. And I think it makes our fans special, and it makes this sport special. And I'm going to do everything I can to make certain as many people get exposed to that as possible.
Beautiful. As our good friend Chase McCabe said years ago, there's a home for NASCAR here. Just got to bring him back. You guys brought it back, and you saw what happened last year. Beautiful. Erik Moses, thank you so much for what you're doing, for bringing this so much excitement back to Middle Tennessee. And we'll see you at the track in a few weeks, my man.
I look forward to it. Tell our barber I say hello next time you see him.
I'll do that. All right, Eric. Thanks, buddy. Erik Moses, the president of the Nashville Superspeedway. Go see these races. If you go to the Friday night truck race, it's fantastic.